TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. And I'm still doing things the TimeShot way.
Hello, people. It's Poet, and we're back in TimeShot. I'm in my railway project. Yes, there it is. Ha ha ha. I'm in my railway project, and I felt like today I needed to show you guys what I've been working on for the past, well, it's been about a week or so, I guess. The activity on the server has increased tenfold, but that's not to say that everybody is still logging in and working on TimeShot or anything. Like, not 100% of the members have come back. We're looking at ways that we can actually increase that by possibly, and Win kind of spoiled this on one of her streams, but we're looking at the possibility of adding in new members. And I didn't want to give too many spoilers, but we're looking at possibly, and this is just brainstorming, nothing's set in stone right now, but possibly we'd be inviting other YouTubers who have shown interest in the past, who we either denied for, various reasons, or just the time wasn't right, and inviting them again. And then also there are some YouTubers who have expressed a little bit of interest. So we've been kind of spitballing that idea for a while now too. And then the third option, well, it's not an option. The third idea is that we were also going to potentially include some community members on the TimeShot server. Now, these wouldn't necessarily be YouTubers, streamers, but we would give them the vector, the avenue to become a full-fledged TimeShot member if and when they were ready to do so. So, for example, if we were to include a very well-rounded, trustworthy, and of course trust is the biggest issue here, and the same kinds of concerns that we would have when inviting a YouTuber. Is this person going to log in, build this massive thing, and then just lose interest and leave? We don't really necessarily want that kind of a thing, especially if they don't go the full TimeShot member route. Inviting community members on, having them do random things, and then just nope out forever. It's not really what we want, and that wouldn't lead to memorable builds, I don't feel like. That's my opinion. I don't know that the other members have that same opinion, but that's my opinion. Is that I would very much not want that, is to invite some people on and then have them, generally lose interest. Not that you can help that. It happens with YouTubers too, obviously, so. But what my hope is that if we do invite some community members and they are inclined to stream or record, that we would eventually say, okay, you know what? You are obviously dedicated to this craft. You are dedicating your time to TimeShot. You've been upgraded to full-fledged member. Like, that would happen over the course of, I don't know how many months or weeks or months. But it is kind of a goal of mine to say, like, okay, let's have some activity here. It promotes activity from other people who have been on TimeShot for years as well, because it gives them stuff to look at, it gives them storylines to interact with, and all that great stuff. So there has been some activity. You can see that Mara's worked on her base somewhat. It's got a roof now. And you notice that there are a few differences in spawn here, and it's kind of why I'm bouncing around here. For example, the pizza shop it no longer has the pizza logo. I don't know what it's going to become, but as is the tradition on TimeShot, when a member leaves, rather than tear it down, we typically try to repurpose. So we've kind of changed that general rule over the last few weeks. This was something after many discussions with the TimeShot members, mostly the active ones. And we were like, okay, well, how can we promote growth on the server, especially if we're going to add in new people? So the decision was made that, if you can repurpose something, please do. So, for example, that pizza shop is going to be repurposed into something else. I don't know what. If we can't repurpose it, if we have no ideas for it, or nobody thinks that they'll have the time to do anything with it, tear it down. And it's no offense to anybody who was on the server before. Like we took down Pudsy's house here. You can see that it's a massive open area now with obviously some underground terribleness happening. But it leaves so much more room for new people to come onto the server and say, you know what, I'm going to build a giant thing like right here. Or open up a couple different shops or something right here. Maybe move that little shop district that doesn't have a lot of room. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is what I was thinking, actually. You've got your little shop district here, okay? And this was our plan. It was to have these little nice shops. They all look similar. And you would have market stalls for different things that you could sell. So you got, like, torts here is the police one, the investigator. Pet Me headquarters is kind of in the way, but example stall design. So this is how they were going to look, right? You've got room for 1, 2. That's basically it. You got room for 2, including the demo stall, and then maybe torts, and maybe 1 more if you tore down this giant fountain. So Starstick Beats now open. So there's really just no room. If you wanted to do this stall design, any kind of a stall design, there's only room here for like 4 or 5 builds, including the ones that are already there. Okay. So if we were to move this stuff, or even design a new type of stall, and move it outside of the main spawn area just a little bit to over to here, you can see already with this amount of space, we'd have room for 10 stalls, maybe more. So that's really what my goal would be, is to create a new stall system, even if it looks like, you know, a very stereotypical medieval-ish marketplace with the little stripy awnings. You know, you see them on all kinds of Minecraft servers all the time. If we were even just to do something like that, something like what is on that Christmas Island, if you remember, if we were to do something like that, that would be that would be wonderful, and it would give us enough room to build some stuff. And because look at all the stuff we've got now. So these are some of the things that we took down from the builds, and like, for example, bone blocks. You never ever need to go find bone blocks again. You want dark oak? Look at this. Stacks of dark oak. What's another good example? Like some of the more elusive blocks, like the sea lanterns. We got several of those. Sponges. We got several of those. What's over here? Yeah, glass and stuff. I know that Wynn took a bunch. Yeah, she took a bunch. But like, if you need dark black glass, look at the amount of panes we got. Yeah, you can tell. Wynn has taken a ton of the glass that was there. That's fine. That's perfect. Colored glass. We got the rainbow here. Someone's obviously taken a few rows. And that's the point, is to take what you need. I'm probably going to come and take a ton of this stone. But we've got just about everything here. And these are just repurposed stuff from... Look at these garbage blocks here. Look at how many granites we got. We could probably toss those now. And then in these other chests, we got just miscellaneous, like, I don't know where to place these type of stuff. I could probably take a bunch. I need, actually, more blaze rods, so I'm going to steal some a little bit. And those are what we've repurposed from some of the bases, including people's, what we can find. I don't know if people had secret storage areas that we can't find. But, for example, like, we've taken down half of Edson's base now. Oh, sorry about that. My dog is being an absolute tyrant right now. She is just being like, I could pull my hair out. It's so frustrating when, like, I've never had a dog. I'll get to the dog in a second, but let me continue where I was just leaving off. Is that Mara and Tort and possibly even Addie were working at tearing down Edson's base and also Pudsy's base. And it wasn't done out of spite or with ill intention or with any kind of bad thoughts in mind. This was all done with permission. We all reached out to the previous members and were like, hey guys, we had some ideas for spawn, and the removal of your base came up. Would that be cool? And yep, they were completely 100% on it. There was no they wished us the best of luck kind of thing. So it was no bad ill will. So, it's not like the ancient Roman, they used to call it damnatio memoriae. Damnatio memoriae was where you would, chisel out the face of an old emperor on a statue or erase his name from all the scripts and stuff that are written everywhere, because they were so horrible you just don't want to remember them anymore. That's not what we're doing. That's absolutely not what we're doing. We're just taking down the bases to give room to potentially new people coming onto the server and to the people who are already on the server. So, with that all said, that's caught you guys up a little bit. Because of the dog, my timer is now completely thrown off. I don't know when or how long this episode's going to be, but that's okay. That's all right. We're never aiming to have a fixed time of these episodes, which is probably part of why the channel struggles sometimes the way that it does. The most successful YouTubers out there for Minecraft and for games like this, they all have 10-minute videos max. 10 minutes. I can barely put my thoughts together in 30 minutes on TimeShot, so I don't know how I would ever in a million years do that, but oh, okay, so my dog is being a tyrant. She goes through these phases, every day. It's up and down, up and down, up and down, where in the morning, bright and early, 6 a.m., she wakes up every single day, 6 a.m., without fail. Wakes up at 6. And when she wakes up, she is an absolute tyrant. She is a ball of energy that I guess, because she slept all night, so she has built up her reserves again. And she just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and does not stop. And we're not sure how to really calm her down yet, because she's super hyperactive, more so than any other dog that I've ever owned. And I thought about it the other day. Let me do the count again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dogs. I've owned 7 dogs in my life, often at the same time. This will be my 8th dog. My number 8, lucky number 8. And is 8 lucky? I don't know. But here she is, lucky number 8, and I guess it's lucky number 7, but honestly, she should be lucky. She's not. She's the opposite. She's absolute nightmare sometimes. And like I said, more so than any other dog that I've ever owned. It's not like I'm a noob. It's not like I've never done it before. But she's really, really, really trying our nerves, I think. And it's just her nature. It must be. It must be her breed. It must be just the way that her nature is. And it's a little bit frustrating. So something we're having to deal with every day. But we're getting around it. You know, she barks and barks and barks and barks. And then after a while, she'll just stop. And she'll sleep for like 10 hours. And then she'll be a huge ball of energy again. The other problem is, though, you know, if she sleeps, she gets hyper, right? If we play with her, if we go out of our way to interact with her, to physically, like, you know, go and have a good time together with her, she gets hyper. So if you don't play with her, she gets hyper. If you do play with her, she gets hyper, is what I'm trying to say. And that's the frustrating part, is that, like, every other dog that I've ever owned, I've been able to, like, okay, right before bed or in the evening, we go for a brisk walk, you know, go to the mailbox, come back. When that happens, she comes back a ball of energy. And like I said, no other dog. My previous dog, the one that I just had before her, if you took him out for a walk and then brought him back inside, he would flop onto the ground and just, like, pass out asleep. With Opal, my dog now, you take her out for a walk, you bring her inside, and she goes even faster. Running so fast around the house that her ears are slicked back, you know? Like, there's just no stopping her. And it's so frustrating because it's like, I'm trying to tire you out. I'm trying to make you stop being the nightmare that you are. Please, please stop. And she just doesn't. So that's something that we're going to have to deal with. I don't know how we're dealing with it. It's something that I've never experienced before. In all 7 previous dogs, they've all been so good, especially, like, if you play with them and tire them out, they should stop. They should be good dogs and calm down. And she just doesn't. It's like she's obsessive about it. She likes playing so much that she just doesn't want to ever stop. And I know that she's a puppy, but again, this is more so than any other of the puppies that I've ever had. So, you know, I know that puppies are supposed to be pretty high strung, but even for a puppy, she's just going crazy. Ugh, driving us nuts. But anyway, we love her anyway. So you saw right there, I was just kind of talking about the dog, but I went and showed you, while I was talking about the dog, what that was. You might have seen the sign. The sign said that it was my poet's railway, and it's true. It's part of my railway. It's all the way over at spawn. So if we go this way, let me try to. I always get this throw wrong. Okay, that's good enough. Good enough. Good enough. I can get there from here. So this is what you guys have seen, and I've worked on this several times in several episodes, kind of just chipping away here and there. Now, as it turns out, I had built this slope downwards wrong, and I only figured that out when I really started to, like, okay, let's lay down the quartz, let's finish this little design here, and get it going all the way downwards. When I figured that out, it was sort of a disaster. So I went down with all these blocks here, all the way down to the bottom here. And when I did my count, so, like, say it looked like this before, I did my count, you know, I'm on 1, 2, 3, whoop, that's not good. Not a good example. But, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the top. And then there's this 10 at the bottom here. So it's 10 blocks from here all the way up to that block, okay? 10 blocks. Well, my previous count was like this. It was like 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, maybe only 6. And then a middle block, 7. So, yeah, 7 blocks was what my count was before. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I don't know. Whatever. Point is, it was 7 or 8 blocks. And it's actually supposed to be 10 blocks from top to bottom. If I want to place quartz in the way, which I do. So I had to redig this entryway a little bit, or down there a little bit, and then had to relay this quartz down all the way for practice. And now it's fixed, but I've gone and said to myself, well, now that I've got the design down, now that I know what it's supposed to be, like this, I actually built a part of it with all the quartz and all the glass and everything in between that it needs to be. And then here's the middle is where the rail is going to be. I'm thinking of actually using prismarine, but I'm not too sure yet. I haven't quite decided yet, so that's why I've just left it granite. And you know, that's not finalized, obviously. Whatever that's going to be, I don't know. And then I feel like what it needs to do is actually go like this. So like, oops. So that can be like that, but like that. I feel like it needs to go like this just for effect, which is gonna, it's gonna take so much more digging. But that's the effect I kind of want, maybe, is like, okay, we're on a high rail here, and you can even see underneath it a little bit. I like that effect. When you're in a minecart, you probably won't care, but we'll see. We'll see. That might be just too much digging, because to do just around this little spot is nothing. That's nothing. But to do then, I'd have to dig out these 3 blocks going all the way that away for miles and miles and miles, and that's just so much more work. It adds up so much, and you're gonna see. So when you last saw, I was probably about to where the furnace and chests are, maybe just a little bit beyond that. Actually, it was probably right to where this wall is, more or less. So this part was dug out, but not to this level of symmetry and completedness. So I've done a ton of work up to here, and I set up this little hopper system, and I love that you can actually place chest beside chest. I don't think that was possible before, but it definitely is now. Chest beside chest, and they each individually funnel blocks into the hoppers, okay? And then they, of course, go into the furnaces. But I'm running out of coal. I'm running out of coal, so I was actually going to swap it for that, because they last a whole ton longer. Here's what I'll do. I'll take that, and you'll see why in a second. But there we go. I could set up other hoppers on the sides to funnel in the fuel, but this is all that I need. So I've got all this stone cooking. That's part of the stone that I use to mine this all out. So I might as well turn it into stone, because I'm not going to do quartz all the way that way. You know, I'm insane when it comes to quartz, but I'm not that insane. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some kind of a transition around here. Yeah, around here somewhere. I'm going to do a transition, and then it's going to go and turn into stone brick. I just have to. So it's going to be stone brick and then transition into quartz. It'll probably be like, you know, varying blocks between the two. It won't just be a solid line, all of a sudden stone brick. No. It'll be a good transition, as good as I can make it. And then maybe like, well, it has to be something with stone stairs, so we'll see. We'll see, but it'll be a transition, and then I'm going to use stone brick all the way down to the end. So that's why I need all this stone. I'm going to need more stone than probably what's even in here. That's where the stuff at spawn comes in handy, and so on and so forth. Of course, mobs are also an issue right now, because I'm running out of torches. Probably wouldn't have minded if it had actually fallen down and died there and blown up a piece of that, because that would have come in handy. But this is how I'm mining it out now. So I've got my level 10 here, and I'm between 9 and 8. So I kind of just go along like this. Actually, I mostly press my face into it like this, and then I just hold it there, my mouse and keyboard, while like watching a show on Netflix or watching a movie or something, watching some kind of a variety show on a Japanese variety show or something. You know, whatever. I watch something, I listen to music, and I just go along, do one row, and then once I'm done at the end, I drop another 2, and I go down another 2. You know, boom, 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 like so. And I go all the way along. So I've done that. You can see, obviously not all the way to spawn. You can see that this is a work in progress. I guess this is the current row that I'm working on right here. Yeah. So this is the current row that I'm working on right here. And I'm going all the way along. And where it ends up, let's use my ender pearls. So I've done all of this work. All of this. Hi, skeleton. Whoops, I missed him. Missed him. Blow up. Thank you. That actually helped a little bit. And stuff like this. Like, I could probably chip away all of this without worrying too much. There. Place down a torch. Stuff like gravel really, really, really helps. Here I played around with some TNT. I dropped like 3 or 4 TNT and I was like, will that work? But it was just too much cleanup. Because it was actually breaking the ceiling. See, like there. The TNT actually like broke random blocks in the ceiling over here. And it broke too far down. And it was just too much of a cleanup. I had to still like get little blocks up at the ceiling. So I decided, nope, we're not going to do TNT. It's just not accurate enough with a varying array of types of material. So like gravel just disintegrates in TNT while stone doesn't. Can't do that. So I cut out the pattern here. This was a ravine, and it still is. And I'm going to have windows that can see into the ravine as you're passing by, like just as a, oh, that's cool. Although you won't see much. You'll be sitting on this level here. So you'll be sitting up on a rail like this tall. And you won't really be able to see that so much. But it'll still be there. I think that's still kind of cool. That you can see that in the background. So now I placed these blocks here as the center because this is the center. I don't know why I dug this tunnel crooked, but I did. You can see that it was straight right here. This is where my tunnel started. My tunnel down. And then I got to this little ravine area, and it just became crooked. And it stayed crooked all the way to the end. So that was really frustrating to me to find out, but it happened. There's another little, it's not a ravine, but a cave, and I might cut that out, and I don't know. We'll see how big the thing is there. How much space we've got. Now if I pearl out, see I did it over here again. So I cut out the pattern here. Is this ravine? No, it's just kind of a, I don't know what that is. Just an empty cave thing. But this I guess was, yeah, this was like a little lava cave, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there was lava in here all over the place. And yeah, I think this was just, yeah, this was just the lava cave. So there was lava all over the ground. I blocked it up with gravel, and then I cut out all the gravel. And it was a big open space, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make the pattern here as well. And that's just for my own sanity. You can see that I cut out the side here, for example. It's just for my own sanity, because if I work at the beginning and just move this way, it really, really, really feels like I'm not doing any work whatsoever. So I go to the different, and again, this is in the middle. The middle's actually right here. Yeah, see? We're right in the center right here. This is the middle right here. but I really feel like doing that breaks up the monotony of it. So here again we have this was another lava pit, and in making the giant shape here, I actually stumbled upon somebody's old stairway down, which helps because this lets me sort of have an exit point when I'm absolutely getting claustrophobic down there and don't want to be there anymore. You can see that I'm actually fairly near spawn. Get out of here. Get out. Get out. Get out. I'm actually fairly near spawn. That's not spawn, but that's the little village that's near spawn. So I put railway access here. It goes down further. I'm not going to seal that up just quite yet, but I felt like, you know, that's kind of cool to find stuff like that while I'm working. And I think this was the last cutout that I did. So then all the way to the end. And it's so far. So the problem is, I thought I saw, there's nobody on the server. I thought I saw someone running up behind me. Oh, no, I did do another one. Another cutout right here with another ravine. So I ran into a ravine. I believe, yeah. Yep, that's dirt that I placed. So I placed the floor, and then now I'm going to have little windows so you can see out into the ravine. It's really cool. That's for sure the last one, though. And then, yikes. Careful where you're purling. Running out of ender pearls. Not much of a ravine. It's more of a cave. This is another lava pit, I think, that I placed gravel in. Yep, that is exactly what it is. So that was another lava pit. But I mean, I probably have to continue to place gravel in because there was more lava there. And I can hear lava on the side here, so I'm going to run into all kinds of things. Here's another cave type thing. I could cut that out. See, this is like a spot like this. Okay, so I see a spot like this. It looks really messy. It looks odd. And I might lose the pattern in my head. So what I'll do is I'll make the pattern here. Start cutting it out, and then I'll have it to continue on. So it's not only just to cut up the monotony, but it's also so that I can remember the pattern as I'm going. But it is so far. Like, you've seen how much I've cut out. And I've now run pretty well the entire distance. Yep, this is the entire distance. I'm in the, you can see I'm in the mesa now. But all the way to the end here, it's such a far distance. To get where I've gone so far has taken me about a week of just work on my spare time. So I figure that this whole project will take about a month or two to finish. And that's just the cutting out. Then I have to place the blocks, which is going to be the bulk of it too. So, and then I got to go this way. So this is the end, this direction. This direction, if I go all the way to the end, takes me to spawn, which you guys saw earlier too. So I'm at the end here. I got to figure out a way that I can merge the two designs together. So the tunnel going this way, the tunnel coming this way. So I'm basically just cutting it out and then cutting it out the other way too. So that's the project that I'm working on right now. Lots and lots and lots and lots of digging, lots and lots of resources I'm getting, but I've had to repair my pick here twice, and the ender farm was broken, and I really wish I had more time. I feel like we're gone way over because it's on this new set of recording. Since my dog was barking, it's been 20 something minutes, so I'm not gonna go all the way to the end farm and show you guys, but maybe next time. I had to rebuild the end farm a little bit, and I'll show that off next time, but it's just so much work. You guys will see. and it's still not efficient enough, but it at least helps me repair this pick when it breaks. I've got this other one as well, Silk Touch, which I could use. I mean, there's no reason why I can't. And in fact, it would give me, instead of the cobblestone, I just have the stone, which would be kind of nice too. But it's been a huge project that I didn't realize would take so much time. And for what? To use the railway? I still prefer overworld travel to nether travel. The portal travel, still way prefer overworld travel if I can do it. And I think an epic, huge railway like this will be part of that enjoyment. So that's what I'm working towards. Phew. Time to continue on my day off. This is my day off, so I have probably the most time to keep working on this. And I will keep working on this. And that's that. We'll see you guys next time on TimeShot, because we are done for today. Yeah, that goes like that, right? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that goes like that. And then this actually drops down. See, I know the pattern in my head, thankfully. So I know the pattern in my head. I can cut it out fine. It's when the two patterns meet. Because like right here, the ceiling is over here. So I don't know how the two are going to meet properly right here. I'm going to have to do something magical. I don't know. See, because the end of this tunnel is like right there, and the top of this one is right there. So I think what I just have to do is cut this one all the way that way to that way. And I'm going to do something similar to this, where I kind of patch them together. All in my time off. So anyway, that's the episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get to them. But the best place to ask is on twitter.com/poetplays, where I do try to answer just about every tweet that I can, or at least hit the like button to acknowledge that I've seen it. It's much easier to converse on there, and as someone who works on Twitter every day, it is sort of a little badge of honor that I can have a awesome Twitter following. So help me do that by heading over there, hitting that follow button, and ask your questions there. That would be appreciated. So with that, we'll be seeing you guys on the next episode of TimeShot. And I can't wait to show off what we've worked on up to then. So with that, we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.